So she went to actually 2 different workshops with a famous psychotherapist of the time, Virginia Satir, who really did brilliant work, brilliant work. And she did a month-long workshop with Virginia. And when she got there, she realized that she had been the emotional age of a 3-year-old. That's what she had been like. And she realized, looking at Bob, that he was emotionally the equivalent of a 7-year-old. Well, a 7-year-old is quite a bit more mature than a 3-year-old. A 7-year-old already can tie his shoes, he can make his lunch, right? He can walk to school, and a 3-year-old needs help with all those things. So after her month with Virginia, she really had grown up quite a bit. Now she felt like she was maybe 12. So they're at the dinner table, and she becomes aware that Bob is treating her like one of the children. And she used the F word, it sounds like fork, we're going to say spoon. She said, "That's spooning so-and-so." And Bob said, "Don't you ever use that word in this house again." Well, something in her snapped, and she got up and walked around the table and went and put her face right in his face and said, "Spoon, spoon, 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 spoon." And you know, that was the beginning of the end of the marriage. But it was so liberating. I always loved hearing that. And by the time I met her when she was in her late 60s, she just was the shining light like she is today. She really knows herself. She's okay with who she is. We all have regrets, right, about the past and remorse and kind of weird feelings now and then, but she really has found ways, a variety of ways of working through this so that she's very, very clear and so generous and giving of herself so freely to so many people. I've seen her just help hundreds of people. And what she does is she gives love, and you have to do that from a place of fullness, and she really has found that place of fullness. You know, when I first met her, she said, "You wouldn't have liked me when I was your age." I was about 40. She said, "I was just a party girl. I was so shallow." In fact, she said something that it's kind of a byword at our house now. "You cannot believe the depths of my shallowness." But I think a reformed party girl makes a pretty interesting friend.
Thank you. I am so thrilled to see every beautiful face here, every single beloved person. I'm just thrilled to see you guys here. And Judy suggested that I talk about this little poster, the picture on that poster. And that picture.
You need to stand up here.
What? Okay.
You need to stand there. We can put this here.
Okay. It's called Some Enchanted Evening. You know, some enchanted evening, you'll see, and then you see this, you know, eyes meet across a crowded room. Well, what it really is 2 immature people think that they're going to meet a mother. And that this person is going to take care of them. And so that little screaming baby is the real person in this woman. And I've gotten to be very, very interested in inner child work. So it began to occur to me that when we find out the person that's frightened or upset or feels neglected, then I started having them close their eyes and get back into the aware ego and say, now as a grown-up, I want you to go to the house where this little person lives and find the mother and tell that mother that you realize that she is really competent and good, but she's too busy, and that you would like to adopt this child. And so that they're sitting there with their eyes closed, and I, who am a huge frequenter of the Goodwill, have managed to collect a lot of big teddy bears. They're only $1.98, and they are a very good value. And they're not used teddy bears, they're from stores or something like that. So I tiptoe into my bedroom and get a big teddy bear and give it to the person and say, now, this is your little Jane, and I want you to take her home, and whenever you don't feel good, I want you to find out what's bothering her. I want you to write in your journal and ask her what she really wants, and I want you to give her what she wants. I've been darling to little Sally, and and I got little Sally way back, over 20 years ago. And at first I really didn't want to. She was grumpy and I didn't particularly want to adopt her. But I realized she was 5 at that time, and I was divorced. And it was scary for me as a 5-year-old because I had these teenage boys, and they scared me to death. I'm 5, and I don't know how old they are, but they're all older than me. And if I had been on Dr. Phil, he would have been saying that. What were you thinking? I did those kind of things. Well, I'm 19 now. And 21 is when you're really finished, and I don't think I will outlive myself. I don't think I'm going to make it to 21. I'll probably be 100. But 19 is, 19 can stand up pretty well to anybody. But what I think is interesting, I think this is a time in the world where our consciousness is going up. You look at Obama, you look at Oprah, you look at all the things that are happening, and it's time that everybody do adopt their own little child. Anyway, I am very excited about the work that I'm doing with the inner children. And as I say, in the olden days, there'd be maybe 1 or 2 people a year that were even interested. I've had 30 people get a teddy bear since the middle of July. And I'm just, Goodwill is looking at me as these buckets of teddy bears are going out the door. I like teddy bears. Yeah. So that is my portion of the program. I just wanted to tell you what this picture is about.